Okay, it is a Monday morning. Hope you're having a good day thus far. The week looks awesome until we get to, well, whole week looks good. Next couple days, really warm. Highs today are going to be in the mid 80s. Highs tomorrow are going to be in the mid upper 80s, maybe some low 90s. Depends where you are, but you get the idea. Like Redding tomorrow is going to go 86 degrees. I think Santa Rosa is going to go 87 degrees tomorrow. They'll go 86 degrees today. So well above the average for temperature. Sacramento is going to make 82 degrees, 83 degrees today, and then 84 or 5 tomorrow. So a big warm up for a couple days, then a big cool down for a couple days with maybe a few sprinkles, change. And then as we get into Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, AR potential. I know. So a chance for a significant weather change. So this is going to, it's kind of what spring does. This isn't unusual at all. This is kind of very spring-like. Bernie today, you guys make 71 degrees for a daytime high. Redding, like I said, 85. San Francisco, 78 degrees today for a high. San Jose, 84. And then Paradise, my hometown, 74 degrees as well. So got a lot to talk about. We'll get going. We're going to start. What I try to do here is I try to do a little something off the top, like we just did. Then I'm going to go right to the weather, short term and then long term, and then we're just going to roll through pictures. And if you can make the first hang in for 5 minutes, the weather will be done, and you can go on with your day. And if you're so inclined, you can hang out and look at the birds and look at the stuff that we're going to look at, which is I kind of like that too. I like the whole thing. Okay, so this is the Alert California camera from San Diego. I put this up. This is showing you here. These are all the sites. It's awesome. Look at them all. I mean, there's so many. So those are all live cameras. Those are all, so you get a display like this. If I knock this out and if I go here and if I pull this up, here, let me do this. I'm just giving you an idea how you can use. So you take that camera full, and that's awesome. That's the backside of Mount Shasta you're looking at. And then if I pinch it down again, I can take the full here. And now you're looking at, this is the full panorama. And the thing you'll note here are degrees. So let's see, 180 degrees, that's due south. So we're looking kind of towards the south and the west because we're dead center on 210. 360 or 0 degrees is north, right? So if I toggle this around, so that makes sense. 270 is due west. So 270, if I go this way a little bit, I think I can. Let's see if I can do it. Can I? No, I can't. Either way. There's Mount Shasta. There's Mount Lassen. And I think, I should know that. I think that's up above Bernie. I think, up by the pit. But Mount Lassen, Mount Shasta, the Cascade Range. And if you go further south, you're down into the Sierra Nevada. You're beginning to get into the Sierra Nevada. So why'd I show you that? Because I think it's a huge resource. Now we get into weather. Okay, next 2 days, very warm. Third day, Wednesday, temperatures drop significantly. You'll see why. So here's backed it up. GFS, sea level pressure, rain. This is Wednesday morning. Oh, and look what starts to show up, right? So this is next couple days, warm, and then Wednesday morning into Thursday morning. That's a cool down. So Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a little shower activity on Friday afternoon. That's the cool down. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then a little break, and then see this lower fetched system? It's coming in from a lower latitude. This is Sunday morning. And that's the beginning of what has the potential to be significant rain. So we shall see. So we can look at this another way. HRRR, different model, higher resolution, hour by hour, showing us how hot it's going to get today. So this red area, if I back it off, this is last night, and this is this afternoon, approximating the highs. So 80s pretty much everywhere. These dark reds are 90s down in the southwest. And then, so that's today. Tomorrow, we go through the evening. It's cooler. And then tomorrow it warms back up. And this is, I'm going to get right to the afternoon. This is the high point of the temperature on Tuesday. 0Z Wednesday, but that's Tuesday afternoon. And so you can see temperatures still warmer still. And then they cool off quickly, and they don't rebound as we get into a more dynamic weather pattern. So this is a dynamic weather pattern now, but that's going to be a real roller coaster next 5-6 days. So next 2 days, very warm, maybe some records somewhere. And then as you look at the forecast for the jet stream, this is the precipitable water we can use this because we know it shows the jet stream, right? Wherever that water's going, the bulk of it is being driven by a certain percentage of the jet stream. So I'm backing it up. So right now you see the ridge of high pressure over us. Then you see there's Wednesday. See that little line come through? That's the slight cool down Wednesday. It's that simple. And then we get a couple of days of just kind of springy, cool weather, a few clouds, maybe some sprinkles. And then we start on Sunday afternoon doing a dance with an AR, right? So right? You see the AR, the blue, I'm sure you can see it. And then that's kind of Wednesday or Monday morning, Monday afternoon into Santa Barbara, mainly south. And then it really visits Central California Tuesday afternoon. Is that going to happen? Something like that's going to happen. So the whole dance is, so we got 2 really warm days. There they are. Then we got the cool down there. Then we've got this dance with the AR here. Really wants to swack Santa Cruz south down to Santa Barbara. Really focuses on that. And then comes back at the Central Bay Area in Northern California on Tuesday afternoon. Well, let's see. That's an interesting forecast, isn't it? And there's a lot going on. And yes, I would say that's a dynamic forecast. The jet stream, I said you could find the jet stream by using the atmospheric river. It's the same thing, right? We can find the jet stream using the satellite. There's the ridge of high pressure. And we can do it here too. I think so. Yeah. So here we go. We go jet stream, loop, trough. Well, I screwed it up. Here's the ridge right here. But that's the jet stream, essentially. So you can use, the jet stream's really easy to find, especially if you have moving cloud layers, or in that case of watching the models, you go, oh, well, that's where all the moisture's moving, which ironically enough, or not ironically enough, is, that's where the jet stream is right now. Not always the case, but often. Especially this time of year. So we got the forecast done. Look at us. So now we can ramble on to the national. I hate to say ramble because I'm not much of I am rambler. Okay, so you got pretty mild in terms of travel. If you're doing any travel this week, it's pretty, a little bit of wet there, a little bit of snow there, a little bit of wind in Montana. Yeah, quiet. Snow advisory or winter weather advisories in the New England states. So pretty mellow. And you can see the surface map. Mentioned this before. Oh, I wanted to say too, I was just thinking about this. Blue shirt, trying to dress for you guys. Because I realize in retirement now, I'm sort of in this mood where it's like, you forget, I forget to shave. I mean, I'm not like creepy homeless forgetting to shave. I'm just like, or unhoused forgetting to shave. I'm just like guy around the house, just not on a significant schedule, going, I should probably lean into, a collar shirt once in a while, shave. I know. And I can work it both ways. I won't go too far. I won't things have gone bad if I show up like in a suit and tie. That would be bad. That would be bad. I do not miss the ties. Are you kidding me? 38 years of wearing a tie. And I didn't mind it. I mean, but it's so funny. One of the funny things about TV is, and I'll go this way too, look at a live picture. Funny things about TV is when especially the last 10 years, I work in Bay Area, San Francisco, and literally nobody, especially the kids, nobody wears a suit and tie. Nobody. For the last 10 years. Every night on TV, I wear a suit and tie, which I actually think you should. I think it's respectful because I'm coming into your home. That's the old school thing. I think you really should dress up. But I remember thinking, I remember going to a meeting in San Francisco for that baseball company I have. And I remember wearing a suit and tie and feeling like, wow, I am a dinosaur. Okay. This is Warren Hellman's property, old property. Warren passed a while back, a few years ago. Good friend, actually. This is his old ranch. And this is Bolinas Lagoon here. And this is the Bolinas, kind of the highway that runs along the lagoon, which is beautiful. Interesting thing about Bolinas, and it sort of explains the history. Bolinas, especially during Prohibition, was a rum running town. Same with Santa Cruz, down Pleasure Point. But this is how, if you couldn't, because the Coast Guard was watching for people bringing booze in through the Golden Gate Bridge. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? But so they would come up north and they would drop the barrels off. You could take a boat and get into this lagoon, and you could drop the barrels off at this dirt road. And again, I've talked to, I know people who were alive back then. I used to. My granddad, they used to go to speakeasies and all that, and they would talk about getting their rum and their liquor from Bolinas or Santa Cruz or Half Moon Bay. But where I go with this is it carried on for years into the weed in the 60s and 70s. They were always, not always, but as a surfer, I can tell numerous stories of we were surfing up by Double Point and found a bale of weed. And, and literally the next 6 months, those guys would be driving around in a new car. I kid you not, man. Drugs were an interesting, especially in the surfing world, really an interesting time. I came late to it, late 70s, early 80s. But surfers traveled, and a lot of surfers, I'm not stereotyping, it was a thing. Many surfers were dealing in marijuana, especially growing it up in Humboldt. There's some places I can't talk about that they grow weed and fly it in and out, and they still kind of do. It's just not as interesting a business as it used to be. But the point is, Bolinas is awesome because when I was at Berkeley, my geology class went out there, and my senior thesis was on marine terraces. Marine terrace, that's the reef out there, that the Duxbury Reef, and it's a unusual terrace for this far north, just because of tectonics. I can't remember my thesis even quite that well, but the idea is that we went out there, and Doug Powell, who's a famous geographer at Cal, he passed a while back too. He was like, you guys, because we were a bunch of snotty little, basically rich kids. We go to college and stuff, and we're going on a field trip to go look at rocks. And he goes, listen, we're going to go to Bolinas. And he gave us a whole lecture on it. He goes, you do not look at people in the eye, don't piss anybody off, don't say anything smart ass, whatever. And it was like, what are you talking about? Because this is 1978, 79. And we get there, and it's kind of like everybody hates you, because Bolinas is the town that used to take the sign down off the highway. They did it. I think they still tear it down. They don't want people to know where they are, or they didn't. Now, when Warren moved there and the Fishers moved there, a lot of these well-to-do families moved there in the last 20 years. But prior to that, it was the Wild West, man. And you could find beef easy. I liked it. I liked it because I liked the energy. And then I don't remember anything bad ever happening. It was more threats, It was kind of like, remember the Brady Bunch when they went to that ghost town, and the old ghost cowboy miner was scaring them and stuff? It was kind of like that. It was kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode. They were just kind of scary little town. They wouldn't look at you. There were no signs. It was just it's hard to explain unless you were there. But knowing my group here, I imagine some of you were there and remember that. This is south of Bolinas. This is Ocean Beach. This is Sutro Tower, where we will look at a picture in a couple minutes. We'll see that camera looking this way. And it's a beautiful day. Like I say, temperature's going to be very, very warm today. The Bolinas thing's interesting. I still love Bolinas. It's just one of the finest climates you can have, just because of the way it faces south. Santa Cruz does the same thing. Santa Barbara does the same thing. Anytime you get inside a point like that on the west coast of California, you're getting a better atmospheric. Cape Mendocino too. Inside of the Cape, it gets pretty nice, even though there's more cloud cover. What do we got? We got temperature. San Francisco, like I said, today is going to go 78 degrees. Tomorrow, 79. That's the Sutro camera. So let's see if we can do it. So we are now. Here's where we are going to go. And now we have gone there. This is where we were. That's kind of awesome too. Okay, outer Richmond, inner Richmond, inner Sunset, Golden Gate Park, big, beautiful place, and a beautiful day. It's going to be nice. Tomorrow's going to be nice too. Then things switch around. This is Heavenly Valley. First thing I notice is the lake is very, very calm. It's a beautiful day. No snow in the trees. So, temperature, well, let me get this. Temperatures in the valley and Palisades this morning was like in the 29 degree range, and now it's already in the mid 30s. Top of the mountain here at Heavenly is probably 33 degrees, pretty warm. There is our, remember 360 circle, 0 or 360, right? Because you're going this way. That's due north. So we are looking due north as we look at this picture from Heavenly Valley. And then Mount Shasta, we are looking kind of towards the south, right? Well, not even, we're looking towards the northeast, actually, aren't we? Because 0 degrees, and then we go to 90 degrees is looking due east. Okay, so there's Mount Shasta. Beautiful day there, too. Not as much fog this morning. I didn't really see any. My phone's busy today. What else we got? That's it. Yeah, that's it. We're going along. Look at the birds. Got some wind up there, about gusting 15 to 25 miles an hour. The babies are loving the warmth. It's very, very, not, I wouldn't call it warm, but temperatures today are going to be in the 60s and 70s for them, which I think as a baby bird, if you remember and were with us a week ago, we lost one, unfortunately. But when you were with us a week ago, you had snow build up all around this nest that was about, I don't know, it looked like about 4 inches deep. The whole nest was white. And a couple mornings we woke up and saw Mom kind of covered in snow. So there you go. Yeah, they're not eating right now. They look good, though. Both the babies look good. I like to check in on them every day. Here is Ocean Beach, the surf. There is a high surf, or there is a beach weather advisory, which I get it. I get it. National Weather Service is going, hey, listen, it is going to be almost 80 degrees in San Francisco today. 1 million plus people live there. And where are they going to go? They're going to go to the beach. It's probably 75 degrees at the beach right now. Maybe 70. So let's see if that guy gets a wave here. Kind of almost surfable, huh? Okay, so that's Ocean Beach. Swells stay kind of mild the next couple of days. We can go to Santa Cruz. Steamer Lane, birds flying around. Beautiful day there. Temperature in Santa Cruz today will be in the mid-70s as well. Lompoc down towards Santa Barbara. This is where sort of the tip of Point Conception. Light winds, a little bit of fog trying to form offshore. High in Santa Barbara today, 75 degrees. High in Malibu today, 73 degrees. San Diego, 85 degrees. Tomorrow's temperatures stay warm, and then we change around. So that's Halama, tip of Point Conception. And then this is Malibu, Surfrider Beach. And this is the old Ringe Estate, which is, sorry about the dinghies. I got to figure out how to turn that off. This is the old Ringe Estate, or where the old Ringe Estate was. And you can see there's very little swell there. Very little swell. Malibu can get pretty crowded. Fun to surf there, but it's so crowded it's almost not fun because it's so crowded. Palisades, Tahoe. You going skiing? I think I'm not going to say that. I want to say, remember when they had all the old ice skating stuff there, the old ice rink? Let's see where we go. All right, okay, I'm in. Okay, Funatel, going up towards the base. And you can see they've lost a lot of snow. And I think you're losing it through ablation. I kind of look it up. No, I'm not going to look it up. But I think ablation, sometimes when it's warm like this, you go from the solid form of snow. Instead of passing into the liquid stage, you go right to the vapor stage. Or does that happen when it's, I'm going to look into that. I haven't thought about that in a long time. But there's a phase that occurs. I think it's when the snow ablates, and I can't remember. I think maybe it's either when it's really cold or really warm. But it goes right from solid to vapor, not to liquid. It doesn't transition into liquid. Here is Heavenly Valley one more time. Beautiful, 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 beautiful day. And then we're going to go a little further south down to Mammoth. This is Mammoth Mountain. I think this camera is moving. You can see, yeah. Now it's moving. Oh boy, big day up there. Mammoth Mountain, interesting for a lot of reasons. Number one, number two, they get a lot of snow. And number three, I always thought, well, yeah, they must have found a bunch of mammoth bones there. Not true. There's the logo right there. Mammoth Mountain, named after Mammoth Mining Company back in the 1800s and early 1900s. So Mammoth was the logo of a mining company. Now, granted, maybe they were digging around on this mountain and found a mammoth and then named it Mammoth, but it was the named the company Mammoth, but the mining company was called Mammoth Mining Company. That's where the name originally came from. Guy's going to go take a picture with the elephant. That's kind of cool. I think he was. I'm going to hang on till see if he does it. So we're covered in terms of weather. We know that we are in a situation where we're going to be warm the next couple days, and then everything changes right here on Wednesday. Wednesday, things start to change around. Actually, that's the wrong date. This Wednesday right here. Okay, so there's the forecast. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for hanging in. Hope that's the way to do it. What I'd like to do here is kind of what we did today, where I get the weather done. So you don't have to, if you don't have time, if you just need it, we'll do the weather models right off the top, like within the first couple minutes, and then we'll just get to the fun stuff later. It's all fun. See you back here.